You may see more e-scooters in the lower city streets of Hamilton after today. That's because the city launched a commercial pilot plan that will allow people to rent and ride them. Eric Viano joins us live with the details. Hi, Eric.
Hey Taz, I'm here on the Pier 7 boardwalk, and these are the scooters right here. I actually got a chance to ride one today, and I have to say they are pretty fun. Now, City Council approved the plan for these scooters back in 2021, and now starting today, finally, people can rent them and ride them around the city.
The city launched the shared electric scooter pilot program outside City Hall today.
E-scooters are convenient for short trips, don't take up a lot of space on the roadway, and can help reduce local air emissions.
150 scooters will be available for rent in wards 1, 2, 3, and 13. And you must be at least 16 years old to ride.
The shared e-scooter program will help test if this new mobility option provides Hamiltonians with a viable alternative to driving their cars, whether they're making a trip to connect to transit or just for picking up an errand.
Bird Canada was selected as the operator for the pilot program. The cost to rent a scooter is $1.15 to start riding, followed by 42 cents a minute after. Day and week passes are also available.
So typically it's priced sort of between, typically around public transit, depending on the cost of public transit in the city, and definitely less than rideshare. Our average trip is around 4 to 5 kilometers. If you're going 4 to 5 kilometers, it'll cost you, a few dollars.
The company is using its newest model, the Bird 3.
Now, the max speed limit on one of these scooters is 20 kilometers an hour. And that's on places like local roads and bike lanes. However, on places like park paths, the speed limit is 10 kilometers an hour.
While sidewalks are prohibited to ride on. And if you do go into a slow zone or a no-ride zone, the scooter will know.
It's a pretty sensitive GPS technology on board the scooter. If you hit a slowdown spot, you'll see there's a little screen on the scooter. A red circle will come up, and then the scooter it'll beep, and then it'll slow down. It won't go to zero if it's a slowdown zone. But if it's a no-ride zone, it'll beep twice, and then it'll actually gently come to a stop. It doesn't throw you off, but it does come to a gentle stop if you hit a no-ride zone.
Meanwhile, over in France, officials in Paris voted to ban rental e-scooters today, after a rise in the number of people being injured and the scooters cluttering pavements. When we asked Bird Canada about safety concerns, they pointed to multiple safety rules, including the age you need to be to drive the scooter and the max speed limit. Hamiltonians we spoke to have mixed reaction to the program.
It's cheap transportation. It's good to the environment. I've had a couple of e-bikes and I go, I don't know, you get hit on that thing, it's like, what's going to be left of you?
For people who don't want to go very far, they're good for short distances.
I think it might be okay on a big park, on a private lane, but not on streets like this.
But if all goes well here in Hamilton, the city says 350 scooters will later become available for people to rent.
Now, when you're done using the scooter, you just have to chain it up to an immovable city property object. Now, that's something like a bike rack or a city lamp post. You just have to make sure it's out of the way of foot traffic, car traffic, and also out of the way of public building entrances. Now, I'm not going to chain mine up quite yet because I'm going to take it for one last spin. So, Taz, back inside to you.
I had no idea you were so agile. Look at that, Eric Viano coasting off into the sunset.